Good morning, teacher.
Morning, Flor. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Flor, we're going to start with today's, or we're going to continue actually, right? So if you remember, I think we stopped here. All right. So I'm going to ask you to help me with examples, okay? So we're going to continue seeing auxiliary verbs for emphasis. We emphasize things for many different reasons, right? Sometimes we just want to, if you remember, let's go back to the example here. What do you think it's the reason he's emphasizing this? The reason to emphasize this.
Sorry, teacher.
Yes.
What did you say?
Can you hear me? Sorry.
Yes.
Okay. I was saying, why do you think in this comic, remember we seen this yesterday, why do you think he is emphasizing this statement?
To hurry out, the bride have to be fast.
Okay, yes. So it's emphasizing that, right? Like it's important. Hurry up, we're late, it's saying, no? It's emphasizing this because maybe it's important. They're waiting for them, right? What about here? What do you think he's emphasizing this?
That he have the reason. He told him that she will be late.
Yes, exactly. He already told you. He had already told them, right? Before. So he's emphasizing that, no, I did tell you she'd be late. Great job, sir. And finally, why is she emphasizing this statement?
She made a comment that the bride is beautiful.
And he's saying, no, she does look beautiful. No, he's emphasizing like how beautiful she is. No? So there, as you see, there are many reasons why we can emphasize any sentence statement, right? So one of the reasons is to agree with something someone said. So I'll be Patty and you will be Nick, okay? It seems like it was just yesterday when you asked me to turn up the volume.
Yeah, in a way, it does seem like just yesterday.
Excellent. So he is agreeing, right? Nick's agreeing with Patty. It's saying, yes, it does seem like just yesterday, right? It's just agreeing. We can also use it to disagree. I'll be Pete and you will be Amy, all right? It's so bad that Talia is moving to Chicago.
She isn't moving to Chicago. She's staying.
Excellent, great. So again, here, no, it's disagreeing. He's saying, no. She isn't moving to Chicago. And we could also say she is not moving to Chicago, right? When I really want to emphasize, no, I can separate the contractions. She is not moving to Chicago. She's staying. Or I can say she isn't moving to Chicago. She's staying. However, in both cases, I have to make it longer and stronger, right? So in these two examples, in the first one, he's agreeing. It's saying, yeah, in a way, it does seem like yesterday. And here is like, she is not. She is not moving. And then she goes, she's staying, right? It's disagreeing. Any questions, Flor?
No, I don't have a question.
All right, great. Let me clear this. Okay, let's continue. Now let's practice, okay? You're going to read this statement, and then you're going to read the second statement, but you're going to emphasize do. All right, whenever you're ready.
Okay.
You can start.
You look beautiful. You do look beautiful.
Very good. Next one, please.
She looks beautiful. She does look beautiful.
Next one.
I told you she'd be late. I did tell you she'd be late.
Very good. Next one.
Hurry up. Do hurry up. Clean up your mess. Do clean up your mess.
Very good. Let's continue.
We're late. We are late. We aren't late. We are not late. Everyone's waiting. Everyone is waiting. I remember the ring. I have remembered the ring.
Excellent. Very good. Now, here, as you can see, when we have like long statements, it's the same, no? Maybe we cannot recognize it at the end, at the beginning, but then, no, there are many. So let's read these statements, please. Emphasize.
She thinks she doesn't love her, but he does love her. He really does.
Next one is another topic.
You do look pretty in that new outfit. Quite stunning. Are you all right? You do look a bit pale. Do please sit down.
This last one, please.
I don't see very much of my old friends now, but I do still email them. What's the joke? I do believe you're teasing me.
All right, excellent. Thank you very much. So in this example, we're seeing many different ways to emphasize, right? But remember, we can also emphasize the verb be. It could be am, is, or are. It could be was or were. We can also emphasize with the verb. Sorry, I'm going to write here. Now we can emphasize the verb be in all their forms, right? Okay, so we can emphasize the verb in all their ways, no? Present, singular, plural, past. But we can also emphasize the verb have, present, or past, no? And then any modal verbs, no? So in this example, we are just emphasizing do. We're practicing a little bit more because especially with this verb, we know that it changed a little bit, right? So that's why I'm emphasizing this. All right, so let me close this. 1 second, please. For some reason, every time I share, sorry, when I share my screen and then I try to write, it gets frozen, and that's what happens. Just give me 1 moment, please. I'm going to fix it. Okay. All right, so any questions related with this topic, Flor? So we can jump to the next.
No, it's okay.
All right, it's not really that complicated, no? It's just a little bit of practice. But remember, we can emphasize also while we speak, no? Okay, so we're going to see phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs, there is that, well, I'm going to explain this and then I'm going to practice. So there is basically the combination with the main verb with other words help us to create new words. So for example, hang, it has a meaning, right? It has a simple meaning. However, when we combine it with other words, it changes, it has another meaning, no? Hang out, for example, it's very common to use, right? Hang out, to spend out together with friends, with family, no? Hang on, no, it's to wait, to hold on, no? Hang on. And let's see, hang around, it's also very common. Hang around is stay in one area or one place. So every time we use one main verb and then we combine it with other words, the meaning is going to change each time. So that's what we're going to see today. Okay, so let's go to Kahoot, please. We're going to start with get. Give me just 1 moment, please. Yeah, but you can start going to, I have so many notebooks. Take. Oh, okay. All right, so please go to Kahoot.it. We're going to play again. We're going to see the most common phrasal verbs. We're going to try to practice, learn, and then we're gonna go back to the explanation, okay? So let's go to Kahoot.it, and the code is, I'll tell you the code in a moment. It's 186.
All right, there's no need to bark at me. According to the inexplicably irritable nurse behind the desk, you'll be seen after the man who claims to be having a heart attack but appears to be well enough to play doodle jump on his iPhone. We have to
All
fill
right,
these
let's
out.
start.
Describe illness or in.
Okay, so we're going to see phrasal verbs with get. Okay, I usually get up, get into, get off at 7:30 in the morning. All right. No, sorry, I lost it. No, 1 second, please. Yes, get up, no? It's a combination of get with another word. It has a meaning. To get up. Very good. Next one. I was phoning you yesterday and I couldn't get into, get through, get in. What color? Red, blue, or yellow? All right. It was actually get through, not get through the call. No, it's to basically, he couldn't make it work. No, the call.
Okay.
Let's see next. I will take her at least a half hour to get along, get over, get across. Yes, great. Get across. Can we read the statement, please?
I will take her at least a half hour to get across town in this traffic.
Excellent. Usually across is quite easy to identify, no? But it's like to pass, basically. To pass the traffic. Next one. The team leaders need to get together, get through, get in. All right, it was actually get together. Can we read the correct answer, please?
The team leaders need to get together to discuss the problem.
Excellent. Because they're talking about not a team, they need to get together, not like reunite or not have a meeting maybe. That's what it means, get together. Let's see, next one. My friend and I get through, get along, get in. Yes, very good. Get along, it means to have a good relationship with someone. No? Can we read the correct statement, please?
My friend and I get along very well.
Excellent. Okay, he got into, got to, got in. All right, got to. Can we read the correct answer, please?
He got to offer at about 11 o'clock.
Nice, very good. Great job. Next one. I certainly get by, get on, get around in my job. All right, get around. Can we read the answer, please?
I certainly get around in my job. This year I've traveled to New York, China, and Australia.
Excellent, great job. Get around, no, like travel, basically. No, that means get around. To move. I'm trying to think of getting over, getting away, getting rid of. All right, so it was actually yellow. Let's read the correct answer, please.
I'm trying to think of getting rid of him. He's so naughty boy. What is getting rid of?
Rid of, it's like when you have something and you don't care or you don't like it anymore and you are going to get rid of, like for example, if you have a dog maybe and this dog maybe it's breaking a lot of things in your house, or it's like chewing your shoes, well, breaking, being annoying. No, you're gonna try to get rid of the dog. You're gonna try to maybe give the dog to your friend or maybe to put it somewhere, right? So that's the meaning of getting rid of. Do you understand, or you need more explanation?
Yes.
Okay, great. So, so he's thinking about a naughty boy. No, naughty is like a boy that doesn't behave very good. No, that's naughty. So it's thinking of getting rid of because it's too naughty. It's like too much for you to handle. So you want to get rid of, like, but it's not really.
Okay.
You cannot get rid of a boy. No? It's kind of like a joke. But you can get rid of things, for example. Okay, I visit my friends in Rome and I can't wait to get back, get into, get away. All right, get back. Yeah? Because they were somewhere else and they want to come back to their house or place. No? Let's read the answer, please.
I visit my friends in Rome and I can't wait to get back.
Great. Okay. It took me months to get into, get through, get over. Yeah.
Mm,
All right, very good. Let's read the answer, please.
It took me months to get over John after we broke up.
Great. To get over is like to get over. No, we know the meaning. After a breakup, to continue with your life, basically. Next, I was almost mad, but I managed to get away, get off, get to. All right, it was great. Red, no? Do you know the meaning of mad?
No.
It's when, well, it's get robbed. No, like in the picture, there was a thief. No, and mugged is when they want to steal your stuff. For example, your cell phone or your bag, no, something valuable. Let's read the answer, please.
I was almost mad, but I managed to get away.
Yes, great. So do you understand the meaning of mad, or is not very clear?
It's like someone that have a bad life before.
It's like when you're walking around on the street, maybe close to the mall or somewhere, and then just a person comes to you and they try to steal your stuff. Maybe your cell phone or your bag, something valuable. Like to get robbed, you know?
Ah, okay. Okay.
Robbed. So it's the tense, no? But mugged is when they steal something really fast, no? They try to steal something really fast. All right. Let's continue. Steal maybe, but it's like in the street. That's mugged.
Okay.
Okay, next one. I learned to get over, get by, get in. All right. It was actually blue. No. Let's read the answer, please. Sorry.
I learned to get by due to my small income.
This means like to get by is like to get used to accept maybe, no? That they have a small income, like a small salary or a little bit of, just a little bit of money. And they just learn to be content with that situation, not be happy and just accept that maybe they have a small salary, no? Small income. All right. Next one. He got off, got by, got along. All right. It was actually red. Can we read the correct answer, please?
He got off the train and waited for us at the station.
Very good. Got off, it means like he got off the train and waited for us in the station. No? So he came out of the train. No, it's the same as another phrasal verb. Yes, he left the bus. He was on the bus or in the train, sorry. He was sitting on the train and then he came out, no? That's the meaning of got off. And then it says he waited for us at the station, no? Not on the train. So get off is like come out, no?
Okay.
Next one, she got out, no, sorry, got off, got into the taxi. Yes, very good. She got into, let's read the answer, please.
She got into the taxi and asked the driver to take her home.
Excellent. So this is the opposite of the previous one, no? This means like she got into, like inside of the taxi. Excellent, great job, sir. And finally, sorry, I forgot to find you. I got by, got into, got in. Very good. Got in, like got in home, no? Like came back or stopped doing whatever. And then that's why they forgot to phone, no? Because I got in late. So it was too late. All right, well, obviously you won. Great job, Bert. Okay, so let's start with explanation because I'm not sure how long we will have. We're gonna try to practice as much as we can. Okay, but we basically see that, no? We have, for example, get, and then in the middle or hang or any verb, main verb in the middle. And then we combine it with, this could be called particles or prepositions. No? Out, up, on, with, around. These are particles and prepositions. And the combination of a verb and a participle or a verb and an article have a new complete meaning. No? So it's not the same, for example, hang out or hang with. No? So it's the meaning changed a little bit. So let's see the explanation. So phrasal verbs are verbs that have two parts, no? A verb and a particle, or it could be a preposition. No? Turn out is a phrasal verb, right? And the verb, it's turn, right? And then out is the particle. And the combination of both, they have a meaning, no? And the particle looks just like a preposition. No, it's actually, no, it could be a preposition, the particle, but it's called particle because it's the second part of the combination, not the verb in the particle, but it's just one part of the two-part verb. So they doesn't separate. That's what it means. Turn out, they always go together when we want to make a statement. There are some situations where I can put some words in the middle, but not always. And the particle, the last part of the verb is what is going to change the meaning of the verb. Like I've seen, we've seen before, right? So the particles here is around, out, on, back, etc. Right? The verb remains the same always, depending, no? But the particle at the end changes, and the meaning is going to change each time. No? Can we read this example, please?
Let me know how things turn out.
Excellent. So do you know the meaning of turn out, or do you have an idea of what it means, turn out?
Maybe volcar?
Not necessarily. It's like the result of something. So we turn out means to have a particular result. So for example, this is a very common phrase that we use. So when you're talking maybe with a friend and they tell you about something, they could tell you about a project, they could tell you about a work or how school going or anything, no? And at the end, usually we go, oh, let me know how things turn out, like how it's the result, right? Let me know. It's a very, very common phrase. So in the turn out, we want to know how things go with this person in whatever they were talking about, no? Again, it could be about a project, it could be a new job, it could be about your kids, a trip or something. No? We just want to know how it goes, basically, no? We want to know the result. Any questions, Flora, here?
No, I don't have question.
Okay, good. So just remember, now we are usually going to have a different verb each time. No, these phrasal verbs are made with many different verbs. And the thing that changes at the end is what it gives the specific meaning, no? Turn out, turn in, turn around. No, the second part, which could be called, it's called a particle, but many times it's a preposition. These words are called prepositions, no? Change the meaning of the verb, no? It changes the meaning of the verb each time. So let's see another example. Some phrasal verbs are inseparable, no? And so it means that you always have to put them together. So in this example, think of cannot be changed. Think of always goes together. I'll be Amy and you will be Talia. Okay? So what do you think of the commercial?
What do I think of it? I think it's ridiculous.
Excellent. It's ridiculous, right? So in this example, think of always goes together. In some cases, I can put the object or a complement here. In this example, no. Think of always goes together. It's inseparable. It always goes think of, think of. And when I mention the pronoun, no, obviously this is asking about your opinion, right? What do you think of and we are going to mention something. It could be a person, a thing, a movie, right? So the pronoun in this example comes after the phrasal verb. No, think of the commercial, or what do you think of my friend, or what do you think about my job, or something. The pronoun that it could be the thing itself, or the pronoun like it, his, hers, or anything, come after. No, come after the phrasal verb because it's inseparable. So whatever I'm talking about comes after the phrasal verb. Think of my friend, my mom. No, think of. I can use it, or it could be I can use any pronouns. No, like them, him, her. No. So is it clear this part? We're just starting. Sorry.
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, good. So it's not very complicated, this part. In the second one, that when we separate them, it's a little bit more, they have more rules. So let's see. So sometimes there are 3-part verbs. No, I don't use just 2 verbs or 2 words for phrasal verbs. I use 3. So this is an example. Let's see, could you read this example?
Things have worked out for you, Nick.
Excellent. So in this example, we have a 3-part verb, right? Work out for, and this is also inseparable. No, usually 3-part verbs like work out for, no, are inseparable. We don't separate them either. And whatever we are talking about goes at the end, no, goes after the phrasal verb. Do you know the meaning of work out for? It's very common to.
That have to I don't know how do you say, cuando tiene que funcionar.
So like it goes well, basically. No, it has a good ending, or no, that means work out, like things went well, basically. No, they were good. So and it could be also presented, no, like stop being a problem, yes, but I think it's more positive. No, things work out, yes, it went well. And we use it for when there is an object, no? Things have worked out for, if you remember, we always use for to introduce the person, maybe, or in this case, it could be called an object. We always use it to introduce not the person or the object. In this case, it's inseparable, no? Because at the end, we mention the object or the person, or the noun, if you want to call it. So we don't use preposition when there is no object. So this preposition for is not necessarily if I am not mentioning the object. So for example, things have worked out is mentioned in the person, no? Or the object. Let's see an example without work out. I can say, I hope things worked out. Maybe if I use it just like that, I'm not necessarily mention the person, right? So I'm just saying, I hope things work out. It could be just like that. I don't need to add anything else. If I'm not really mentioning the object, which could be a job, or it could be a project or anything, I don't need to use for, right? I'm just using work out. because I'm not mentioning the object, right? So I don't need to use for. So I just use for when I introduce the the object, no? Who's receiving the action? It's the object usually, no? So any questions here?
No, teacher.
Okay, good. So let's continue. We have, so many phrasal verbs are separable. That's why I'm explaining this so much, and I wanted to understand it. Because in some situations, yes, and many phrasal verbs are separable. That means that I can see the verb, then I can mention the thing or the object at the middle, and then I can continue with the phrasal verb or the particle at the end. So let's see an example. Can you read about the examples, please?
I turned down the yacht. I turned the yacht down.
Excellent. So in this case, they are talking, no, the main topic is the job, right? A job. So job can either go after the phrasal verb, or it could go in the middle between the two-part verb, not turned down. So even when it's on the end or in the middle, the meaning is the same, right? But I can do that if I want to. It depends of the situation, no? But I can say I turned down the job, or I can say I turned the job down. Usually this second part is more common, to be honest. I turned the job down is a little bit more common. Sorry. Do you have any questions here?
No.
Okay. So whatever we're talking about, in this example, turn down, it means like to reject. No, I reject the offer maybe for a job, right? So turn down, we have the verb and then we have the particle down, no? But I'm talking about a job too. So I can use it in this way, no? Turn the job down. I'm putting the job in the middle because it's the noun or the object, right? What I'm talking about. So that's why I can put it either here or here. But to be honest, this one is a little bit more common, the second one. So let's continue. When the object of a separable phrasal verb is a pronoun, like him, her, or it, must go between the verb and the particle. So any pronoun, well, the pronoun obviously are him, her, or it, no? It goes in between the verb and the particle. So can you read the example, please?
Why did you turn down the yacht? I turned down the yacht because I didn't want to move.
Very good. So in this example, I'm just mentioning the job, right? And I'm not mentioning like, I'm not mentioning a pronoun, right? I'm just mentioning the name of the thing I'm talking, not the thing. But when I'm going to use a pronoun such as him, her, or it has to go in the middle, in between the both two-part phrasal verb. No? Can you read the second example, please? The second part.
I turned it down because I didn't want to move.
Which is not the same as saying I turned the job down because I didn't want to do. The meaning is the same, obviously, but what is the main difference? That here I'm mentioning the object, like the object itself, the name of the object, right? But here, if I want to put it in the middle, I have to use the pronoun, and the pronoun like him, her, it, no? Usually it is the most common, or them.
Okay.
Them refers to any person, right? Without a gender. And it refers to a thing. And it could be mostly singular, no? But so in both cases, the meaning is the same. However, the order changes a little bit. Any questions here, Fleur?
No, it's clear.
Okay. So obviously the pronoun is going to change depending of what I'm talking about. But the pronoun here is obviously a thing. That's why it's an it. No? If it will be a person, no, it's not going to make sense. But I turned down my boss. No, my boss is a person. I could say I turned him down because boss, it could be a guy. No, I turned down Andres. No, I turned down Andres. So I turn him down. It's going to change depending of the object. No? Him, her, or it. No? All right. And we don't say I turned down it. Not it always goes in the middle, in between the phrasal verb, always in the middle. If we say I turned down it, it's incorrect. No? It just goes at the end when it's the object, the name of the object. But when it's a pronoun, always in the middle. All right. And finally, remember we use phrasal verbs a lot, especially in conversations, so they're very informal. And obviously, it's more common to mention or to use phrasal verbs that explain in the action itself because it's too long. So can you read the first example and the last part, please?
I ran into my cousin yesterday. I met my cousin by accident yesterday.
Excellent. So run into, it means like you found or you met someone like without notice, like you just ran into them. That means, no? Like you're walking on the street and then you just see your cousin there. That it means to run into. No, I ran into my cousin yesterday. And the meaning is like to meet someone by accident, no, that you just see them casually there in the same place that you are. So obviously this way is shorter than saying, oh, I met my cousin by accident yesterday, because here, this one is too long and we have the same meaning just with two very short words, right? Right, run into. So that's why it's very common. It also is very, what's the word? Informal. And here are many phrasal verbs, as you can see, and the meaning change each time, no? Depending of the particle at the end, the meaning is going to change. So maybe we can read them. Maybe can we read them, Flor? Because we just have 5 minutes. I would love to play another game, but I don't think we have enough time. So can you read the phrasal verb and the meaning, please?
Okay. Check off, make a mark next to. Elect on, make clear evidence. Get around, to travel to different places. Pass out, become unconscious.
Yes.
Break into, interrupt a conversation. Go along, to continue to happen. Carry on, continue. Bring back, fetch something. Back up, withdraw from something. Make for, move towards. Let down, lessen. Wipe out, to destroy a thing. Combat, return. Do over, repeat. Set aside, to reserve. Come across, discover by accident. Take up, to begin a new hobby. Get up, start sleeping and leave bed.
Yes, excellent. So obviously there are many phrasal verbs, and they're just the most common, right? No? Most common or common phrasal verbs. So there are also many others. We've seen get, which is the most common one in my opinion. but there are many others too. So if you would like to practice a bit more, I would recommend to just look for phrasal verbs on the internet, and you will get many. So we didn't have enough time, but I would love to practice. No, make is also very common phrasal verb, or we can form phrasal verbs with make. It's also very common. Take, also very, very common. Look, also really common. And well, we sing it, but we can continue practicing, I guess, in the following classes, because there is a lot of content with this. But yes, I don't know if you have any other questions, Flor. We have 2 minutes left. Okay. Yes.
What are the meaning of the verse or the boss? Yes. What means back up?
Back off. Is it here?
Yes, in the third.
Back out.
Yes.
Okay. To back out is like to maybe take, well, it could be physically or it could be something, no, but back out is like to get distance from something. It could be a person. No, if you are maybe in a dangerous situation, maybe you can take some steps back. No, that's get back out. But it means like to separate yourself from a situation, which could be good or bad. No, but back, it means to get back. No, I don't know how to say. Como retroceder, no, back. Usually back is always the same meaning, not like back. Retroceder, no, back out or from something. Withdraw. Withdraw is the same, no, like to put some distance between you and something.
Okay.
Maybe
Okay.
any other questions related with this?
No, it's okay.
All right. So did you, I wanted to ask you, Flor, did you talk with the coordinator, with Ruth?
No, I didn't talk, but today I will chat to her.
Okay, yes, you can text her. I actually mentioned a little bit, and she told me I don't think there will be a problem, she said, but she told me she was going to ask, I guess, the superior boss, no? But I don't think there will be any problems, honestly. But yesterday was a holiday in Cochabamba, that's why she didn't really work, right? So if you ask her today, I think it will be possible. However, all the assignments all the quizzes are already on the platform, so you can work on them until Sunday. I hope we will have a positive response, but anyways, you can work them until Sunday, all right?
Okay.
Okay, Flor, so that will be it. Is there any other question, maybe?
No, it's okay.
All right, so let me run today's polls, which is the E.
Oh, teacher, and the other assignment.
Oh yeah, I will make them also longer. I will give you more time until Sunday too, no worries.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so yes, unfortunately, I don't have the last question. I will send it through the chat, okay? I'm sorry, se me han desconfigurado algunas cosas con las encuestas, mil disculpas, pero te voy a pasar por privado, por favor. I'm going to send you the...
Okay.
All right, so thank you very much, Flor. That will be it. Have a good day. And I guess we won't have classes on Friday, so I'll see you on Monday. All right?
Okay, thank you, teacher. Bye.
Bye bye, Fleur. Take care.